But I remember just looking around like, what the actual hell? What did I take? I kept telling my dad, I think I got laced. I think I got laced. UNM, come out.
In November 2025 at the University of New Mexico, when 18-year-old John Fuentes opened fire after what he later described as a drug-fueled blackout, killing a 14-year-old boy and injuring another teen. Around 1:30 a.m., a group of teenagers entering the dorm shortly before gunshots shattered the quiet night. Witnesses reported hearing multiple rounds and glass breaking as officers rushed to the scene, finding one teen dead, another wounded, and a third shaken but uninjured. The surviving teens fled to a parent's home, appearing on a doorbell camera before going to the hospital. Meanwhile, Fuentes had already taken off, wandering the campus in a frantic, injured state, his arms sliced open from smashed windows and his clothes discarded as he ran around seeking help. Hours later, police located him at a family member's home, where he surrendered and was taken to a hospital before being transported to the station for questioning. During the interrogation, Fuentes claimed he had gone to the dorm to hang out and use drugs, saying he and another teen took acid, cocaine, and alcohol until he couldn't think and eventually blacked out. He recalled holding a gun, hearing loud noises, and running through campus in panic, convinced he had been laced and fearing someone was trying to kill him.
How's it going, man? Thanks, bro. How you doing, man?
Decent, and you?
Yeah. I'm Agent Donis with the New Mexico State Police Investigations Bureau.
Double Cormac with the State Police.
Your name is John Fuentes, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just here to talk with you about what happened, just to get your version. Right. We don't want other people speaking on your behalf.
What brought you to UNM?
Usually I just go hang out at the dorm, and we just hang out, watch movie, or not movie, but like play his PlayStation or whatever, and smoke like marijuana, nicotine, like what everybody does. And then I remember he wanted me to come because this is gonna be his last like semester or last year, like couple days, and he's like, let's take, what is it, acid tabs, and then I don't know, I was keep telling him nah, like he wanted to take it with some cocaine. And I remember I pull up, and he had his gun with him, and then I remember came by and brought more cocaine so we could try it. And at the time, I remember I took like I think of, what is it, acid. And then I remember peer pressure me, take another line. And I remember to the point where I couldn't even think. I remember I just remember blacking out. And then I remember I just wake up like I'm on top of a roof. I'm like calling my brother. I'm like, what just happened? He's like, where you at? And I'm like stuttering. I was like losing my mind. They just like drove off. They're like, what the hell? But I don't blame them. But yeah, I remember just after.
Yes. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Yeah. And then I remember just completely blacking out. And then I remember whenever I was on top of the roof, I just remember I had this Glock 19 on me, and I was just like out of it. I didn't even know where the heck I was at. And that's whenever I was like calling. I didn't even know where I was at. Like I was like, I remember I kept calling my dad. I was like, I think I got laced or something. I was like, I'm on top of a roof on UNM. I was like, I think I just shot two people. I'm like, I'm losing my mind. I remember I was just running to like the UNM. I remember it was just a bunch of UNM cops outside. I was running and running, and I remember I went like this. I was just like, help, help, help. I'm bleeding. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, I can't control. And then I remember just seeing, I didn't even know it was just my uncle's truck right there. I didn't even know if it was him. And thank God he saved me. He was just like, yeah, hop in. What's going on? And like, he thought I got like trumped, and because I told him, I thought, I don't know, there's something in the cocaine, or I don't know. Because he just, what I kind of remember is just glass breaking. I remember, and just full sprint running, just out of breath, going, just like an animal. I don't, just like Rambo, jumping out, and then just like, I remember I looked at my pants and I had a 19, and then that's whenever I went to the parking lot near my car, and I was like literally just looking for any cop I could find to help me, like help. And then that's whenever I ran into those people, and I was like, help, help, help. And then they were like, I pulled out the Glock and I threw it in, I really threw it in front of me. I was like, please help, help, help. And then they were like, they just drove off, yeah. But that's literally all I remember. And but I remember just looking around like, what the actual hell? What did I take? I kept telling my dad, I think I got laced. UNM, come out. I don't even know. I was like, I don't even know. And then I have an interlock, so, and then we were also drinking too, so I was like, I can't even drive. I don't know what to do. I was going insane. I completely like felt like it was frying my brain, and I didn't even remember, like, it was probably the worst experience I've ever had.
Alright, sounds rough.
And then at some point I completely lost the Glock. I literally like blacked out. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, I don't remember where the hell any of my went. I remember I ran up to my uncle with just my underwear on, and he was like, what the hell happened to you? And I told him, I think I got laced or something. I completely blacked out. I don't know what the hell that fool had in there. And then, yeah, I don't even know. That's what bugs the hell out of me. I couldn't even, I literally just freaking, it was like the worst thing ever.
You know, doing cocaine and acid like right away, or were you guys just hanging
Pretty
out?
much, yeah. Because it was already late, and then he had work in the morning. So I was like, well, we could hang out now and get it over with now, since, because he had like work the other, and then what is it, I told him I don't want to be all tweaked out whenever I have to go. One of my family members was gonna bring, like, she's a couponer, she's gonna bring all kinds of clothes and soap and oil. It's just to help us out. And I remember I told him, well, I'd rather just do it on the day whenever.
He described climbing onto rooftops, knocking on windows for help, jumping into a water fountain to wash off blood, and discarding his soaked clothing before finally being picked up by his uncle. When detectives pressed him about what happened inside the dorm, Fuentes said he remembered arguing, handling the pistol, and then everything going like a movie before he ran out. He said he believed he may have shot the victims because he woke up covered in blood and later learned from his mother that one teen had died. When detectives revealed that the 14-year-old younger brother had been killed, Fuentes broke down, saying he couldn't remember doing it and had been planning to turn himself in once sober.
So like the night we do it, I don't want to be going and hanging around with my family the morning, you know what I mean, the next morning. So I told him, oh, let's just do it now. Let's just go now. That he just had work in the morning. He was like, yeah.
So you guys like, you got there and then you started doing cocaine and acid?
Yeah, I mean, him popped like a tab and a half. And then I remember after that, he just like, let's do bump.
Was that in his room or in one of your cars?
And I was in his dorm.
His dorm, okay. At a certain point,
Were people like getting on each other's cases, or did somebody start becoming obnoxious or start a fight, or like what do you remember in there, man? What happened? I mean, we kind of heard some things from some other folks, but we really want to hear your take on it.
Somewhat of a iron. I just remember it was going so quick. We could have been arguing. I don't really remember crap, but I just remember somewhat of me holding his pistol, like looking at it off the acid, like all just tripping out on it, and then just like just I remember, I don't even remember what the fuck happened. I remember it was just like a movie. And then that's whenever I was just running around like an insane person around the campus trying to find help.
You remember how you left the room? They left the room? Whoever left?
I don't remember.
What led you to believe that you may have shot 2 people?
Cause I was just full of blood, and I remember the Glock. Before I was messing with it, I remember it had bullets, and then I remember I took out the clip and it was empty, and I was like just bleeding, and I just thought I shot myself because there's this big ass welt right here. So I remember, and my ears were ringing, so I definitely knew something was up. I don't know. My mind was running a million miles per second. Cause I just remember, like, I didn't even know if it was me who shot or them, but I remember just loud noises running, and I remember I laid down under a bush, and I checked the clip, and it was empty, and I was like, oh, bro, like, if I thought someone was gonna kill me, I was like, that's whenever I think I climbed on top of the roof, and I remember I was like straight going insane. I was like knocking on the windows. I was like, somebody please help, somebody please help me, help me. And then I just keep getting paranoid that like someone was gonna like, I was gonna knock on a window and someone was just gonna blast me or something like that. That's whenever I was like, I was losing my mind. That's whenever I just said, I remember I just took off my pants, and I remember I hopped in the water fountain out there, like a stream, or I don't know what the hell it was. And I remember I was washing off my cuts, getting a drink of water, and I was soaked. I was freezing. That's whenever I was on top of the roof, and then I remember I took off my socks, I threw them, because they're soaked, they're all getting all muddy, and I took off my pants, I threw them too, and then just full sprint. I remember at that, once I took off that, I remember I was like, I need help. So I started full sprinting. That's whenever it was literally like, police at UNM, and I walk out, and I'm like, please, so somebody. And I remember I started.
You saw the officers or cars?
I just saw cars, officer cars. So I was expecting there to be police there. I was like, I need help. I don't know what the going on. I feel like someone's gonna kill me. I was like, and then that's whenever I just ran it. It was like perfect timing. It was like, what the? But I don't know. It was just like, it happened so quick. It's crazy. I don't know. That was the most insane day of my life. I mean, that's why I was almost like, you could ask what is it, his little brother or something. But I don't know, we could have been. I just remember completely blacking out. I don't even remember just running in full speed.
What's his little brother like? Does he talk to you, or what's he?
I don't know. I don't think his little brother's doing any of the coke though. That's the thing. But, or I think he did some. I don't know.
Was he into the guns the way you were? I mean, everybody was. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Or was he not? Like,
pretty much everybody was.
So you don't ever like recall at all like ever actually shooting a gun at any point in time?
I could have, but I'm not 100% sure. That's why I can't say. But I'm pretty sure I did, because I don't mean who else would. It literally said on the news that one's injured, one's deceased. So I'm pretty sure I did. I just don't remember what the.
Do you know who's injured or who's deceased?
No, I don't. Well,
What would you guess?
I'm pretty sure deceased. One's injured. I'm pretty sure.
What
leads you to what leads you to think that like them versus somebody else, or why one's dead and the other one's injured?
Because his brother wasn't really in the way. His brother was just kind of out there. But they're both, I mean, every time we hang out, they're right there. And I don't think I would have shot his little brother. His little brother was always just out of the way. He's not really, he kind of just like the side character.
How do you feel about that?
Horrible. I remember I was literally going insane in my room, like crying, and I didn't know what to do because my brain was still off the acid. I was like, I can't go to them now. I can't turn myself in. I was like, I need to wait till I get sober or something. I was like,
At the end of the investigation, Fuentes was charged with second-degree murder, aggravated battery, aggravated assault, and tampering with evidence. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon for more interesting videos like this.